Hello, welcome to the final race in the NORC NASCAR series, coming to you from Landmark Speed for the run to Georgia 200. As the field begins to roll off here, we'll take a look at your starting order and tell you about the point situation. With the pole position being the number 1, Jarrett Darling, to his outside, number 8, Chases Naders and Farms Naders, Josh Robin.
The row number 2, we have 2 championship contenders, the number 74 of John Berry and the number 28 of Cody Miller. Now looking at the point situation, John Berry currently has a 2-point gap over Cody Miller. The other 3 championship contenders, Josh Robin, who starts in the front row, Sean Williams, and Tyrell Baker, a little bit more outsiders. Robin and Williams currently set at 12 points back, Tyrell Baker 17, so they're going to need some help if they want to get into this championship picture. But today it looks like it's going to be strictly, if nothing random happens, which it might, between Cody Miller and John Berry.
Yeah, this is going to be a 100 furlong race. Anything can happen, but it's a pretty short distance. So, yeah, outside the 74 and the 28, everybody else, they're going to need a lot of help to get into the championship picture. As we take a look at the rest of the field of 20 starters, well, this is it. The 20 race season is going to come down here to 100 fairy laps here in Atlanta. Pace car is going to make that hard left-hand turn pit road for the final time. And for our final time this season, the green flag will be out, and we're underway in the Georgia 200.
Josh Robin was not the leader there. Looks like he might have jumped the gun a little bit. I'm not sure if that'll give him a penalty or not. I guess we'll have to find out. But Jared was the pole setter and should have beat him to the line, I think, that time.
Yeah, I think the 8 of Josh Robin, I think he rolled the start a little bit quicker than Jared was. And I think that's why letting him beat Jared back to the line. But as we come off turn 4 to complete the first lap, it's going to be Josh Robin who's going to pick up the bonus point. And he is one of the guys, he does need that bonus point in order to get closer to the 74 and the 28. As you see Jarrett Darling taking a look to the inside here.
Yeah, Josh needs every point he can get today. As Jared, he's not racing for points, he's all here for the victory. Very fast in practice, obviously qualified on pole, looking very strong maybe to win this race.
And he's going to try to complete that pass as we go off of turn 1, but yeah, Josh Robin, like I said, he's pretty much equal with the 28 and the 74 on speed, so if he finishes right next to him, on, just based off speed, he's not going to win a championship. He needs something to happen to those two. And he also will be racing the 89 of Sean Williams. You see Sean, he's always in the kind of back there in the hornet's nest there. He is side by side with, I'm not sure, I think that is the 9 of Cole Baloney there that he's racing side by side with. And we're all pretty much single file for the top 10 here.
Yeah, expect tire wear to be a big factor in this race. All Atlanta races on iRacing usually have tire wear into play, more than other tracks usually. So on the late in these runs, if we get a long green flag run, look for people to be sliding all over the place.
Well, you see the 74 is now making the pass on the Josh Robin. Actually, the 28 is already around him. Here comes the 74 pass, and that's not what Josh needs to see, but he still has like 120 some laps left here, so anything can happen here.
Now, in the event of a tie, which it was for a moment there while John Berry was stuck behind Josh Robin, in the event of a tie, John Berry would take the championship. He has 3 wins as to Cody Miller's 0 so far this season. So John Berry will be the champion in that situation.
Yeah, the 74 would pick up the championship in a tiebreaker situation no matter what. So if we take a look here at battle here between 25 of Tyrell Baker, he is definitely outside looking at it. He is 17 points behind the leader. So yeah, Tyrell, he's going to need pretty much everyone in front of him to wreck to really have a shot at this. Take a look, we've got the 41 Tom Mercier with Nathan Duenas to his inside here. They also have the, trying to see what car this is right behind this Detroit one, Gamford Dadson. And that Lowe's machine right behind him.
Yeah, you're talking about Tyrell Baker there. Based on what I'm seeing, I believe that he would basically have to get max points and hope every single driver wrecks in a particular order for him to win the championship. He's really far out there.
Yeah, Terrell would, yeah. So you got 20 starters. Like, Terrell would pretty much would have to win this race. And he needs this 74 and the 20 to finish to the back. And Sean Williams and Josh Robin have kind of finished towards the middle of the pack. Yeah, so Terrell, he is in a must-win situation right now. And, you know, from what we've seen from Terrell this season, I just don't believe he has the speed to really pull that off. So he really needs a lot of luck right now. Whatever, he needs to pull some magic off for this to happen. Take a look at the battle here between the 97 James Culliball to his outside. I believe that is the 14 of Elijah De Gracias. This is a battle a little bit further back in the pack. I think this is for at least 12th to 13th. Again, the iRacing ticker is not necessarily the most helpful thing out there, so we're just kind of guessing where we're at until the ticker comes all the way back around.
Yeah, it only updates every single. So once it goes through, that's the next time it updates. It doesn't update all the time, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is.
Yeah, so this is the battle for 13th position. It looks like the 14, Elijah, he's going to get the run coming off of turn 2 here, and he's going to clear Culliball and take that position away from him. As we go up to the front here, looks like things between the 1, the 28, and 74 are remaining pretty close. Now for the 74, John Barry, he's got the 2-point advantage over Cody Miller. I mean, pretty much as long as he finishes right next to Cody Miller, the 74 will be the champion. As we go on
Cody
board.
Miller really needs to get up there and pass Jared Darling, try to get an edge early by leading or getting an extra point in this race.
Yeah, for Cody Miller, if we can at least get a lap out of that. I mean, there's only 1 point, but when there's only 2 points separating them, that's huge. We got a battle here between the 77 and 8. Josh Robin, ooh, really close him off of turn 2 there. There was almost some contact. And you're starting to see the field. These guys are on one big line. Only in a couple laps ago, you can see it. They're starting to get a little bit more spread out here as the 77 Brian LaPrade will complete the pass on the 8 of Josh Robin.
Here it is for second place.
Yep, our championship battle. 74 and the 28, Cody Miller. John Barry go on board with the 74. You already see the lack of grip. These tires are already falling off half a second from what they were at the start of the race. And the tire gives up here.
For a second there, I really thought, I was kind of surprised of how the gaps haven't spread out as much as I thought they were. But now, as we're about 10 laps into this run, 14 actually, tire was really starting to fall off and really starting to show a difference in who's fast and who's not on the long run.
Yeah. And here comes the 8 of Andrew Furness. He has passed the 8 of Josh Robin. Now he's in his sights on getting around the 77 of LaPrade. Oh, that car looked a little tail happy to come off of turn 4.
Yeah, you go over the hump right off turn 4, and that back end just gets a little light and just wants to come around across the front stretch. We've seen it happen a lot in NASCAR iRacing Series competition throughout the years.
He's going to blend him right back behind the 8. These guys here are battling. They're not really losing any ground to the 74. If anything, it kind of looks like they're starting to reel the 74 back in. And these guys, they could run a little bit higher line for 1 and 2 and kind of get away with it with the shade and going for that portion of the racetrack where the sun's starting to set at. Does give that higher line a little bit more grip compared to the bottom, and also turn 1 and 2 is nowhere near as bumpy as 3 and 4. As 3 and 4, you pretty much have to stay right next to the bottom. If you get off that bottom lane, there's just no grip. You can just slide it. Speaking of sliding, 77, a little bit of a moment coming off of turn 4.
Hey, wake up.
So head off into turn number 1. Take a look at the battle here.
Farther back in the pack here.
Yep, Terrell Baker the 9 of Colabalone. I mistake that first. I thought that was the 21, but that's actually the 9 of Colabalone. He is in the Lowe's machine. So that makes the other, that really bright red assaulted car, I believe that's going to be the 20 of Danson. As longer and longer this run goes on, you know, the more and more this field gets spread out, and a lot of these guys are already looking forward to pit stops because their tires are junk already. Because we're now about a full second off
I think
the pace.
if only two drivers, if only 2 laps go by on a green flag run, I think you'll see quite a lot of people come down for tires because tires just fall off that much. I don't think anybody will be pulling any type of 2-tire strategy on any restart or any of that all day long.
And the battle for 4 pretty much keeps raging on. The 8, the 88, and the 77. Take a look back here from the rear bumper cam from the 88 of Andrew. Looking at the 77 of Brad LaParrette. Josh Robbins been kind of battling these guys pretty much this whole run as he's gone back up into 4th place. Remember, he is 12 points behind the 74 and 10 behind the 28. And we'll take a look at this group here. This is an interesting group. We got the 3 of Femi Alat, the 2 of the Pig Antifreeze driver, Marcus Richardson, and the 16 of Ariotti. These guys started all the way back and they're slowly making their way up through the field. You see Marcus Richardson is going to try to make the pass to the inside of Femi Alat as we go into turn 1. And
yeah,
he will take it.
Marcus is now, obviously he's a peak driver. He's not able to do as many races because he's busy on Tuesday nights. But this is great seeing him back in the series. This is his first start all season long, actually. First start since season 4.
Yes, it has been a long time since we've seen Marcus in one of these races. And they've seen Marcus and Femi both get around the 89 of Shaw Williams. These guys, they really backed off in the start race and slowly making their way through the field. They really saved their tires. Ooh, it's Real Baker, a little sideways coming off in turn 2.
You can really see how the speeds have dropped through the corners, how slow they're going compared to the start.
Yeah, I say at the start of the race, these guys are probably going like 175, maybe close to 180 for your corners, and these guys are probably down in the low 160s. The tires, they definitely fall off big time here. And the thing is, you spend this mile and a half, you spend so much time in corners that, you know, you're just excessively wearing out that right front and right rear, just constantly turning and putting a load on that tire. And if you can't get through the corners here, you're going to have a bad day. You see Marcus Richardson going past both the 97 and the 21. Here comes Femi Alat trying to take a look to the outside here. James Colabalone going all the way downstairs, trying to look to the inside of 21. Femi Alat, I think he might be trying to make 3 wide here, coming off of turn 2. Oh, 21 got sideways right in front of Femi. Here comes Ariotti looking up, trying to get through this little battle going on. Marcus got an earth spot. He got, well, oh, look out,
Whoa,
look out, look out.
Oh, so close for, I think that was Ariotti. He
Yeah.
saved the car. His
Yeah.
tires have to be killed.
Yep. Yeah, that's.
Oh, he looks like
those
he might
things
have
are
some
screwed.
damage on the back end there.
Yeah, that's there's some damage on the right rear quarter panel on Femi Alat's car. The thing is,
Gary might have nicked him a little bit.
yeah, thing is, like, yeah, we need to take a look at the damage, look at the front of Ariotti's car. I don't really think they actually touched it. That might have been net code. It was really close. And Cody
There's
Miller
the lead
was
again.
falling off. Cody Miller was
Look at
second.
Marcus and how fast he's now moving through the field now that he's sat back there for a while and saved tires. About, I believe, yeah, he is in the top 10 now. He's ninth, actually 8th now. He passed Tom Mercier.
Yep, and you want to take a look at the inside of the 77 and you see that the tires have fallen off big time for everybody except for, seems like just the 2. Marcus, he is just flying up for his field now. That's why you in the start running, you just only go like, if you go just like 80%, pretty soon your 80% is going to be a lot better than everybody else's 100% because their tires are completely destroyed, and your tires are still, well, they're better than theirs. It's still not that great. You see, Marcus trying to take a look to the N790 of Cole Baloney here, and this is going to be a pass for 6th place. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Marcus right now, I'm pretty sure he is the quickest car on the track by a lot.
Yeah.
The last 5 laps, he's about almost half a second quicker compared to everybody else. He's just flying through the field.
Of course. I mean, I think Jared's pretty fast, but I think he's also kind of, I don't think he wants to pull too big of a gap and burn his stuff up. I think he's kind of maintaining his gap over John Barry in the field, but we'll have to find out here as Marcus continues to move through and into the top 5.
Now, right now with the 74, what he really needs is to get at least 1 lap led.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah, Cody Miller, I mean, he was right behind Jared not too long ago, and he's really fallen off the pace. I don't know if he just abused the tires too much, just trying to maintain with Jared, and starting to fall back. But give the advantage to the 74 when it comes to the points. And see Marcus back there making an underpass. See, who's he making a pass on? I believe that is the AA Avenger here. So this will get Marcus into the top 5.
Something we haven't talked about yet is that today, no matter what, whoever the champion is crowned, whether it's John Barry, Cody Miller, Josh Robin, Tyrell Baker, Sean Williams, any of them, there will be a new NORC champion for the first time, because Bobby Zielinski, he won all 4 of the previous ones, so this is going to be the first time we get a new NORC champion.
Yeah. Best thing is the last 4 seasons we had Bobby Zielinski run full time. It was a little bump there between the 2 and 28 there. But yeah, we had Bobby Zielinski run full time in all the series, won the championship and all, but this is the first time he's not run the full schedule. So this definitely has opened up the door for someone else to win the championship.
Yeah. Obviously, Bobby's off.
What the hell?
Oh, somebody's very close to the pit.
Amar,
I thought he was inside of the pit wall for a moment.
Yeah. To see the leader, Jared Darling, he has come down pit road. That will give a lap led to the 74. So that'll give him a little bit more breathing room.
Out. And Cody Miller as well. I think Cody Miller's trying to stay out as long as he can to get an extra point here.
Yeah, the thing is with Marcus, his tires are so good, he doesn't really need a short pit. Now you're about to see
his pace, try to stretch this out.
Now you're about to see the difference between new tires and old tires here. As you see, some of these guys are just flying up for the field. Looks like Cody Miller, he is stopping. Oh, he's trying to come down. Oh no!
Oh no!
Massive championship implications. That has taken the 28 out of this.
Wow.
The 18 is destroyed.
Cody Miller I don't think he was prepared to slow down that much for pit entry, and by the time he came down really high off the track. And Nathan Duenas, I think that was just absolutely slammed in, as we're going to see here on the bottom right-hand side of your screen.
Yeah, I think he's trying to come down pit road, and Nathan really couldn't go anywhere to really miss him. That was a massive mistake by the 28. Now that's going to cost him the championship.
Yeah, I think he's out of it for sure. And you know, most people, we saw that Lowe's car. I'm not really sure what number that was, but when they were in the middle of 3 and 4, all those guys, they were breaking about point and getting off the track. Cody Miller was still way high trying to get down all the way right here to where Jared is on the track, and that was just a huge mistake on his part. Maybe he was trying to get as much time as he could to maybe jump John Barry and Jared Darling by having a really aggressive pit entry. I don't know, but it was a very costly mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, he was in the middle of the track and there was a pack of cars coming. It was a really bad move by the 28, and that really hurt Nathan Duenas. And to see Jared Darling unlapping himself past the 2 on Marcus Richardson. And Marcus, I think he's going to stress this a little bit longer because his tires, you know, he has such better tires that he can afford to keep going a little bit longer.
I think if we go back to the Cody Miller situation, if you're Nathan Duenas there, when the car's that high, you're not expecting him to necessarily come down and pit in that situation. You're kind of
No.
thinking he's just slow for whatever reason. You just gun it down, and when he made that late entry into pit road, he just had nowhere to go and completely took off guard in that moment.
Now we're just gonna take a look at the 16 of Arrieta. He made contact with Femi Olet. I don't see any damage on that 16.
I think he looks all right actually.
And well, I think he's doing the same strategy as Marcus Richardson. I think these guys might stretch it out, make it one less pit stop race compared to everybody else who pitted on lap 30. Now the guys who are
too. Is what would this be? You think a 4-stop race, maybe more?
these guys are pitting on lap 30. They'll pit on 30, 60, 90. That'd be a free stop if they put the final run to 40 laps.
I think it might be hard to make it one less stop, but you never know. If they save enough tires on each run, have the speed, they could pull it off.
Yeah. Now these guys, if they're going to do a 2-stopper, you know, they need to pit on lap 45, lap 90.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to do it because now I don't think Marcus will be able to tire save like he could at the beginning of the race. I think he'd have to go as soon as he gets out. You see Airy come, or I'm sorry, that's not Airy, is it?
Yeah, that's Arrieta and the 77 both coming up
the 70. My bad.
So this is now currently on lap 40. So yeah, if he goes to 40 and then he goes to 80, I'll make the last run 50 laps. That'd be a long time to go on tires.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that strategy.
Yeah, I think Arrieta would really need to push this run probably about 3 to 4 laps later for this to work.
I mean, we're banking all this strategy stuff on there not being a caution. I don't know if we've ever had a NORC race where there hasn't been a caution. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Actually, yeah, we have. And it was actually this race last season.
Really? So then the trend might continue here today.
Yeah, and based on
keep it going.
Prior NORC history, I think Atlanta is probably one of the cleanest tracks that we go to.
And that's very surprising, especially with the tire wear, how loose these cars get on the long run.
Let's take a look here at Jared Darling. He is going, once this cycles through, he will be a leader by quite a margin over the 74. I think he pitted like a couple laps sooner, actually a lap before the 74, and this to have finished on new tires, which is about 2.5 seconds. Is about the gap between the 1 and the 74. Actually, it might be a little bit more. I think the 74 did not have that great of a pit road entry.
Yeah, he looked a little passive when the cameras went by him, and he was entering pit road. He looked like he was being a little bit cautious, which is understandable. I mean, he has everything to lose and nothing to gain by going super aggressive on the pit road at this point.
Yeah, and now with what has happened to Cody Miller, the closest person to the 74 is both the 8 and the 89, who are 12 points behind him. At the 74,
Josh now has that extra point, so it's like him being 11 behind now.
But the 74 also led left as well.
Yeah, right. You're right. So it is 12 points back at this point. So that means, he did. I mean, it's still a long shot for them. I don't really see it happening unless there's a huge mistake on John Barry's part.
Okay, I think the 2 of Marcus, I think he has gone down pit road because his car looks a lot quicker now.
Yeah, didn't catch that for you. Apologies for that.
So this will move Jared Darling back into the lead with the 74 in second, the 88 of Andrews in third. Terrell Baker is surprisingly in 4th place, and Josh Hoffman is back in 8th. Take a look at the score here, wait, see where the 89 Sean Williams would be. Bill Williams, see Jared Darling finally in their lap. Sean is all the way back in 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say right now with this, go ahead.
Now you go.
I want to say with the point situation, why this happened to Cody Miller, the 74 is really in a really good spot. At the point, really, there's no reason to take a risk. Just be really nice and conservative. You know, don't race anybody harder than you need to, and he'll win the championship. Because
all he needs to do is just keep his nose clean. I mean, I don't, even if he takes it easy, I'm not expecting Josh Robin or Sean Williams to come up here and steal his position and run away with like a victory or anything. I think he's perfect where he is and just can ride it out these last. I believe it. We have what, 90 to go.
think so. 90. Yeah, about 85 to go. So, ooh, a little sideways there for the 80 of Andrew coming off 74. But yeah, the 74 right now is in a Sunday cruise mode, and there is no reason for him to take a risk. All he has to do is really, like, he doesn't even have to be up front of the 80 or the 89. He's really, if he finishes top 5, he'll get the championship. I'm not really sure what position he needs to finish in order to lock up the championship.
I'm pretty sure it would have to be 13th with his bonus point. Because if it was a tie, I think if Josh wins, I think that makes it a tie, doesn't it? Or no, he'd have to finish 12th.
Yeah.
Well, it's around that area, and if there's a tie, John Barry still has the edge over Josh Robin and Sean Williams via wins. So.
Actually, no, let's see, we're on board. Oh, okay, the arms are spazzing the hell out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Whoever we're on board with, I think that is the 7 of, I think that's Brennan Stringer. This is Lawrence Railbacker by. Here's the 3 of Femi Lat. Femi, ever since he's got that damage, is really nowhere close to being in contention for this. I'm really surprised, like, he actually got damage.
I'm surprised he's still on the track. I mean, he doesn't have anything. He's only here for a W. He's not in the chase anymore, even though he has the most wins out of everybody still. He's not contention for a title, so I'm kind of curious of why he's still out here pacing around like he is. Maybe he's just bored.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn something. I mean, he does race in, SRA, and SRA goes here, see how this track changes over the course of time with rubber building up on it. James Calabal in front of the 16 of Ariotti. This is the thing, like how weird netcode acts on here. Like we saw, like the right rear of the 3 is heavily damaged. If you look in front of the 16 of Ariotti who hit him, and there was nothing there.
So what it looked like when we were watching it, I'm not sure if it was just the angle or whatever. It looked like that Ariotti just cleared him, and he just barely missed him. But somehow, I guess, on Femi's side, that was a different situation. What we were looking at.
And the thing is, when Femi, when he got the damage, like the car didn't jerk like it got hit, it just right rear folded in.
Yeah, because I mean, he saved it. He never spun out at all. He just was loose for all the front stretch basically.
Take a look at Marcus here as he's making his way through the field. Now he can't like go super easy like he did at the start of the race, but I don't think he's really pushing all that hard as he's now currently being scored in 6th place.
Yeah, eventually as this run progresses, he's gonna have the speed over the guys in front of him because of the amount of time he stayed on the track compared to them. He stayed on the track at least 5-6 laps longer. Maybe more.
Yeah. Another thing too, where he's taking care of his tires, that'll really help. I mean, we saw how much quicker he was on equal tires. Then again, he did back off a lot more at the start, but now he's got 5, to some of the newer tires compared to everyone else. So yeah, he'll definitely be. Once we'll hit a certain point where he'll be flying up for the field. Got a battle here between the 97 and the 77 here. And we also got the 90 right there. This is a battle for 10th. Ooh, something's way up the racetrack. There's not much grip up there. I don't want to be that high. See, Sean Williams here, he's one of the championship contenders. He is all the way back in 13th. Not that great of a run right now for Sean Williams.
Yeah, he's never been a guy that goes out and like dominates races or leads a ton of laps, but I expected him to outperform some of the guys ahead of him as of right now.
And with these two balanced side by side, the 77 has completely taken off from these two. So LeBrad, yeah, he's pulling away from these guys. As Sean Williams, I'm not really sure if he's gained on them all that much. Doesn't really look like it. Take a look here between the 41 Tom Mercier and the free Emil Latt. I think this is a battle right around the 8th position.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Femi didn't have all that damage. It would be interesting to see how fast he would be without it. Maybe he's close to Marcus. Maybe he's not. But I mean, it would be a little bit better if he didn't have that damage for the race. You good?
Oh, whoa!
No.
We got problems.
Look at that.
Oh, the Sunny 7.
Wire the fraud. Now, if somebody comes by, he gets right off the track. There's not going to be a caution for that.
No yellow.
He backed off the track, off the white line, above the white line, just in time.
Oh, we got another car down here. That's the 7
that's
broken
fair.
ACL.
Or his
And he's going
ACL
to back
again,
her in the.
for no reason.
You know that person in the parking lot who's just backing up really slowly and just starts running into things because they don't know what they're doing?
Yeah, carts, children, cars, etc.
Okay, let's go ahead and look at the replay. And, oh, he just caught the 7 in a bad spot, or kind of ran him over.
And he just pushed up the track and didn't let off and slammed. Or, actually, looks like the 7 was a little bit slow on exit, and I think it was just a chain reaction after that. So Stringer, I think he's gonna call it a day. I think they're bringing in.
Yeah.
Briar the definitely done. He absolutely killed that wall.
Yeah, he did it for Dale on the back. Let's take a look here. Battle between the 8, the 88 and the 8.
Bill Junior fans everywhere.
Yeah, they don't know who to cheer for. I think I would go to 8 because the junior in the number 8 was a lot more better than one in the 88.
Yeah, the junior in the 88 sucks.
Hashtag bring back Steve Letarte. You know, there's kind of pointless now.
Back on concussion fooled, or I don't know. You know what I mean.
Do you want the Dell Jr. that was burned?
Brain damage.
Yeah, do you want the Dell Jr. that was almost burning alive in a fire, or do you want the Dell Jr. that don't remember when he was burned alive by that fire because of concussions? And there's about like 5 or 6 subscribers who just unsub from that comment right there.
Yeah, lots of triggered NORC fans today.
Yeah. So take a look here.
10 years as a junior motor or a Hendrick Motorsports driver. Just remember that. His friend Jimmy Johnson has 50. So.
Take a look here between the battle of the 1 and the 74. I think the 74 is starting to run down Jared here just a little bit, not by a whole lot here. But I think we're getting really close to these guys pinning, and here comes the 2 of Marcus Richardson, who has made up all this time on these guys. I think he's being scored in 3rd right now.
Yeah, he's coming in a hurry.
We see the 16 of Ariotti again and past the Dell Juniors. Yeah, Marcus is now being scored in 3rd. This actually here is a battle for 4th. Ariotti, he will try. He's got better tires. He should be able to take a position as he go into turn 3, and he does. So move Ariotti into 4th.
What's great about this track, especially in 1 and 2, is that I can't really, maybe Chicagoland in these cars, but for the most part, I can't think of a track that has this many lanes to race on. You see Jared when up in the lead, he was running the high lane while John Barry was on the bottom. There's multiple grooves you can work with here at this racetrack.
Yeah, that's the thing you really want as a driver is to go to a racetrack where you have options, where you don't have to run exactly the same way. We got Tom Mercier here who has an option of doing donuts here on pit road.
I think he spun it on entry, it looks like. It just lost it.
Uh-oh, we got problems with one car.
John Barry, yeah. Jared.
Did he get a speeding penalty?
He might have been speeding. Do you think he was speeding?
Yeah, that looked about... I don't know if that was necessary 15 seconds, but I don't think he had any damage. I had to be speeding.
He's gonna go from leading to at least probably 7th place.
Yeah, this is what happened to Tom Mercier. I think too much rear brake.
He was trying to get it down at the last second and just locked up and spun up.
Yeah.
Lost the back end there.
He did a really good job not hitting the pit road wall.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he was almost going a lap down anyways, and now he's certainly a lap down.
Yeah. And I tell him one thing, I don't know if we're going to get a caution in this race. Everyone's just so spread out, this might have a green flag run to it. We might go all the way to the end.
Yeah, now the guys that have wrecked off the racing surface. There's Tom Mercier coming out of the pits, still riding me for some reason. But we've seen a lot of the guys, all the guys that are on track now are the guys that typically don't wreck their stuff often.
Speaking of wreck stuff, Cody
back on the track.
Yeah.
He's trying to get every point he can, but he's done for. There's no way at this point he can win the championship.
Yeah, he needs something for a wreck, pretty much.
Yeah, and I think if we look at the trends, I mean, that's very unlikely at this point.
Yeah. And I think the 74, he knows the situation he's in. He does not have to take a risk. 74 is not going to push it. Now, of course, I say that because I am the 74, but this race is all the way back in April, so I don't actually remember what I did. But this race was done back in April. Or I'm the 74.
They don't need to know that, Raven.
No.
Anyways, we are not Anthony Emery and John Barry, just for everybody who knows. We are not those people.
No.
No.
I'm Turd Ferguson.
Look at how slow Cody Miller is going through those corners. There's Gunther. I think that's his name.
Gunther Dadson. That is a really bizarre last name. You have dad and you have son. Hi dad, hi son.
And
or you can be both.
Whoever their parents were, his dad decided to name him Gunther. That's interesting.
That's kind of like an old age name. You really don't see people name their kids that these days anymore. Yeah. I remember when I graduated high school, I think like half my class who was pregnant. I think they all named their kids Aiden, like every single one. Like I think like 2008 to 2010, like Aiden was like a really popular name for both boys and girls. So there's now like I think like 20 little girls and boys running around in my local town with the same name.
Good old Kentucky stories, because I never had that problem.
No. Yeah, I think I have a class of like 26 people. I think by the time I graduated, I think half my class was either pregnant or having kids.
Hashtag stories from Red.
Yeah.
Or not Red, that's definitely not John Barry. Anyways, look back here at the race.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm back at this, whatever this is. Oh, you want to hear something interesting?
What's
about names? Since we're on that subject, I think a couple of years ago, I think the name Anakin was really popular all of a sudden.
Mannequin?
No, Anakin, as an Anakin Skywalker.
Oh. Huh.
So there's going to be a bunch of kids growing up who are going to hate sand, and this is going to just murder kids for no reason. And speaking of really slow people,
not only slow on the racetrack, slow in other places of their body. Anyways, that's Terry Silvers there in the 15.
Yeah. I don't even know how that segue I made it even remotely made sense, but let's pretend we didn't do that. Okay, meanwhile, back here, we got James Cullibally, who did something really stupid tonight during the NORC race at Chicagoland. He turned down for a while and murdered Hunter Combs.
They haven't seen that. Well, I actually I hope you've seen it yet. It's on Max Speed TV. We're about to re-upload all the races after this race, but we're live every week on Tuesday nights. Hope you come join us soon. Anyways, yeah, James did do something stupid 6 hours before we did this report in the Chicago race, which involved in a very scary flip for a certain driver that we're not going to mention.
Needless to say, he made sure he had his helmet on before it happened. Okay, so I don't even know what's going on in the race anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't blame you. It's this season. Next season, we can promise you and we can assure you that it's probably the best season of NORC yet. If you're not following what's going on, you should be, because lots of great things are going on. But this season, along with season 1, probably are the 2 worst seasons we've ever done. And mostly for this season, it probably has to do with us choosing to run the Cup car. But yeah.
Yeah, well, the current season we're doing right now with trucks is really entertaining to watch. Whether or not you want to argue it's the best racing, but it's an entertaining show to watch. This here, just, you know, the number count that we had with the Gen 6 cars, actually I think this race we're doing right now, Atlanta, had the most amount of stars we've had in a while. That's like a non-plate race. But just racing this
season started off at Daytona. Well, you expect Daytona to get a lot of people, but I think that was the most people, and after that, the car counts really dropped. And that's just because I don't think people, as we see Jared Darling, I think he's on newer tires than Marcus, looking to go by him. I think it's just because people don't enjoy the Cup cars as much. I mean, it proves in official racing as well on iRacing. You don't see people doing this throughout the week. You see everybody doing the B cars and the trucks.
Yeah, really the only A car that gets raced a lot is NIS when it comes to series. So we see Marcus, he's on his 2-stop strategy. I think he's within the fuel window now. But I think he wants to go a little bit longer, that way his last run, he's not on completely horrible tires.
Pretty sure Jared, when he went by him, he was not unlapping himself, but going around a lead lap car. Pretty sure he is a lap down or something like that at this point.
No, yeah, he's back on the lead lap now. That was actually passing him back on the lead lap.
Really? Okay. So Marcus, okay, yeah, that's right. So John Berry pitted. Or no, did he? I don't remember what's going on in this race.
Well, you also got to remember Jared had that speed penalty.
He did have the speed penalty. That's why I thought he was a lap down. So he's no longer a lap down. Currently in lucky dog position, I think.
No, I think he's on lap himself. I don't know. I really don't know. The iRacing ticker does not help us one bit.
Also, talking about names instead of the race didn't help a lot either.
Yeah, but I honestly forgot what was going on. Like, I really, like, I have a plea to iRacing. I've actually posted some of their forums. I really hope one of these days they give us, like, better options when it comes to the ticker. Because the default iRacing ticker, I sound like a broken record, but the default iRacing ticker is it just sucks.
I mean, and a lot of stuff that we complain about as iRacers, they say, oh, like the green white checkers, for example, they say, oh, you know, that's not possible because of the coding situation. I don't buy that with this situation. I think they could do a lot better if they wanted to. Give us, I mean, all we're asking for is a lap counter on the side and intervals. That's really all we need.
Yeah, that's the thing where you have to wait like an hour, especially if you have a big fella. So Marcus, he's going to give up delay to come down pit road here. This should be his last stop of this race, as he almost kind of locked him up there a little bit. Yeah, he's going to make a pit stop here with exactly 55 laps. No, is that 55? That's 45. 45 to go here. Yeah, 45.
46, technically. But yeah, I think that'll be one of the longest. That should be the longest stretch of the race, shouldn't it? On tires.
Yeah, I think the first run he did about 42 to 43, so it won't be that much longer for him. So he's used to what the tires are going to give him.
If tires didn't wear out as much, I mean, you might see these guys, like if this was a track like, let's say, Las Vegas, you might see these guys pushing maybe 50, or not, maybe not 50, maybe like 45 laps, 40 laps on tires. But here, since they wear so quickly, as Marcus merges back onto the track, you have to pit. At least,
Yeah.
Like, if you want to keep pace on a regular strategy, you need to pit every 35 laps or so.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird thing on iRacing, like especially with the stock cars, you almost never see them do like a full field run. Like you almost, unless it's like the very end of the race, most of the time these guys always pit for tires first.
And you see often, a lot more in real life, you see cars, you see the leaders, they might stay out 2 to 3 laps longer than the people behind them. On here, if you stay out 3 laps longer than everybody else behind you, you're going to lose a lot of time compared to
you're falling back a lot.
That's why when you see, usually if you pit, everybody pits with you. If the guy behind you pits, you have to as soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was like the last time we saw Jared and Sonny Moore come down pit road, like a lot of people followed them down pit road.
Jared's into P3, but I mean, I think it's that mistake. If he doesn't get a yellow, I think he's pretty much done for.
Yeah.
Really, I think Marcus has the winning strategy at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to like, okay, the 74, he's going to make one more stop. He's on 3 stopper. Marcus is on 2. It's going to come down to how quickly can the 74 run down Marcus after the 74 makes his final pit stop. And see, the 8 of Josh on here, really, that was a huge closing rate.
I think Jared was taken off guard there, how fast he came up the corner on him. I think Josh is on new tires compared to Jared. I think he's on a lot older tires.
And it's like a 2.5, almost a 3-second differential there
You
on
see,
the
in
tires.
just half a lap, look at how much farther he already is behind. Gosh, that's at least like 2.5 seconds. It looks like, at least on camera.
And we should be expecting the 74 to be coming down pit road here about between lap 90 to lap 100. They might pit right around lap 95, just kind of make it like an even 35 lap run to the end. And we're actually on lap 91 now.
Yeah, for a caution-free race, the laps have gone by pretty quickly.
So 74 is a race leader. The closest person to him right now on position on the racetrack will end up beating the 89 Sean Williams when it comes to championship. Oh yeah, we got someone down.
Somebody was in the fence.
Oh wow.
Elijah Gracia.
Yeah, he is destroyed at 14. Let's take a look at the replay here. He was right behind Jarrett Darling.
Looks like it had to be all by himself. Does he hit the wall? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he overdrove the exit of 2. Oh.
Tried saving it.
Oh.
Look, I thought he was going to hit it square. I'm going to pancake it, but I think the back end might have touched it. I don't know. I think, is that his first start all season?
I think so. I think he might have started
Comes to an end awfully quickly.
Yeah. And the thing is, the more cars we have drop out here, as we got Female Lat coming down pit road, I think we're getting close to the point. I think Terrell Baker is about to be mathematically eliminated from this championship.
Yeah, he has to be done already by now.
And the more cars that we're losing here, that's going to make it much harder for Josh Robin and Ian and Sean Williams. I see a lot of guys coming down pit road here. Cullabelli is going in this stall really slow. I would laugh if he actually would have missed it and had to back up.
We see Femi probably hitting any crew members that are going to their cars at the moment.
Yeah, I kind of hope in iRacing when they actually add the animated pit crews. For one thing, A, it's not a frame killer, and B, you actually have to avoid. You just see like a bunch of bodies just accumulating on top of the 3 of Femi, there's blood everywhere. It's like GTA.
Yeah, you see, even NR 2003, which is the predecessor to this game, has. They're not great, but for 2003, they're pretty decent, I'd say. They have pit crews on pit road, like
Then
real
every
animated
single
pit
crew
crews.
member only had like 100 polygons apiece, though. And even
Yeah.
that, like they had like triangle-shaped arms.
Yeah. But hey, it was animated pit crew, something that iRacing still doesn't have, so.
We also got day 9 transitions on NR 2003 as well.
Yeah. I don't think they're as realistic, but I mean, they're
No.
there. I'm really excited for the future of the day to night transition. That looks pretty interesting. I think that'll bring, they'll put a lot of interest in people.
Yeah. Especially like on our races, like when we do our Daytona 500 next year. Hopefully it'll be out by then. And we can have like a Daytona race that starts during the day, ends at night, like they used to do that, you know, back a couple of years ago. Should be expecting the 74 and the 1 to come down pit road here. I tell you one thing, the 74, he's getting a lot of laps here led. I don't think he has the most laps led yet. As we see the 1 coming down pit road now.
Yeah, there's Jared coming down. I think he led the first 50 laps basically, so he's already has that on his resume.
All right, here comes the
I think
74
Marcus actually might have a lot of laps to his favor too. Because once the cycle's out, I think he'll be the leader, won't he?
Yeah, once this cycles through, Marcus will be the leader.
And he doesn't have any more stops to make either.
Yeah, it'll be him and Ariati.
So he'll have 20. How long is a pit road? Do you think 40 seconds on pit road?
Yeah.
35.
And there goes Marcus right there. He's put a lap down on this 74.
Well, yeah, that's 35, 40 seconds once it cycles out here. That John Barry will have to unlap himself, and I don't know if that's going to happen in time.
Yeah, he's
But,
going to have
John Barry, he's not worried about winning the race. He's just worried about staying in the spot he's in now.
And the thing is, with the 74, he's going to be on newer tires. He's going to be flying up through these cars. How hard is he actually going to push it to get back up to Marcus? I mean, yeah, race winning would be great, but it's one of those things like as long as you don't do anything really stupid, you have the championship locked up. And here is Marcus right here. 74 should be coming in the frame right there.
30 to go here.
So the 74 will have to make up, at least at this current point, I think really 2.5 seconds a lap to make this work.
I just don't see him having the time, especially considering at the end of the run, I expect the tires to be a lot more even.
Yeah, right now there probably is a 2.5 to probably a 3-second difference between Marcus and the 74. But eventually, the 74, while the two tires are eventually going to wear off, the 74 is going to have a more performance drop off compared to the 2. I mean, the 2 is at the point now he'll probably lose like 3 tenths and maybe 5 more tenths before the end of the run. The 74 is going to lose a lot more than that. So pretty soon that margin of how much the 74 is going to gain, that's going to shrink over time.
Yeah, you in theory you'd think that the tires would lose about the same amount of time every single lap, but really it kind of gets down after 30, 40 laps. It kind of evens out and equals and kind of gets to the bottom of the barrel where there's not much more to lose.
Yeah, you pretty much wear those tires to the core at a certain point. They don't really lose that much more after you get to a certain point.
And for this track to be abusing tires as much as it does, we forget this version of Atlanta it's like what, 9 years old, 8, 9 years old.
I think this track was scanned in 2007 and 2008.
Yeah, it has sprint signage, so it has to be like 08 or 09. But either way, for it to be abusing tires this much, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, there's still a lot of tracks in iRacing that are not up to date. Pocono, Michigan are the worst examples for that. Here's Jarrett Darling, who probably could put up more of a fight with the 74, but that speeding penalty, yeah, that definitely did not help him whatsoever. And now we're kind of at the point, like, yeah, a lot of these guys, they want a caution, but I think they're just at the point, like, you know, let's just go ahead and finish this up, get this season over with.
Move on to the trucks. And this season, we've seen a lot more drivers just do like one-offs or just show up for like certain races. Next season, there is a true group of people who are showing up every week, and they're fast people. They're not like just the people that every week. They're fast people who consistently show up and are trying to win a championship.
Yeah, that's been a couple of these races. We see the 41 at Tom Mercer, you know, a little south coming off turn 4 here. We got a lot of these, no, not a lot, but we had some people who show up, they'll do one race, and they'll do this absolutely terrible, never show again. But, you know, this next season, we got people, unless I actually got rid of them because they're so awful, we have a lot bigger, consistent group of people racing.
Next season, the Joseph Lombard is coming to NORC, boys. Bringing his whole, communist, brainwashed army with him of fans.
Oh, God. I really hope no one watches that far into the commentary, because here comes all the dislikes.
No, we love the Josephs in our league. We really take a stride that he's here.
No, I mean, we like, you know, I really like Joseph. I like that he does bring more popularity to the league, but some of his fanboys are water over the top. So we go back to the race here. We've got about 20 laps to go here. See Jared Darling. Jared really wants to caution right now because he's in a lucky dog spot. But I think he wants to get around Marcus first so he doesn't have to worry about being in the back of the field. And he will unwipe himself out, pulling back on the lead lap, so that would put if I can talk, 7 people back on the lead lap. Here's
Starting to look like an F1 race out here on an oval.
Yeah, Marcus has that Mercedes power.
Yeah, I really don't think we up at the front we've seen. We might have seen one or two early in the race, but we haven't seen a green flag pass for the lead that was pure like equal tires, you know, true racing in quite a while. It's mostly been a bunch of flip-flopping back and forth between two strategies.
Yeah, seems like there's a pretty big speed difference between a lot of these cars, and see, really the only passing we're getting is really, well, if you got someone who's just 10 miles off the pace, but
Barry Silvers,
yeah. But like really the only passing we've seen has really just been tires. I mean, we had a couple of groups here and there racing each other, but this run has gone on for so long. No, this is really spread out. I think we got about 15 cars on the track still. Started with 20.
Yeah, Cody Miller. He's the amount of time I'm pretty sure he went to the pit road to repair some damage, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's required. So I think there's going to be a certain point where he's not going to be able to gain any more positions here in a moment, and that's the nail in the coffin right there. John Perry, almost. I don't see another way that he's going to lose the race or the championship. The race for the championship, I should say.
Yeah, Josh Allen right now is being scored in 5th. I don't see any way for Josh. Unless something
It'd have to be
big
a mistake on the 74's part because nobody's gonna go by and just junk him or race him super hard, considering he's in the position he's in.
And also junking the league owner would look really bad. So you take a look at Trailbaker. Trailbaker, I'm pretty sure it's been mathematically eliminated.
Oh, he's done. He's out of it.
Yeah.
With 15 cars on the track, he would have to gain 17 spots to be champion. So he's done. He's in for him to do it. But
I don't even
good
know if he's
season
on the
for
lead
him,
lap.
though. I mean, he made the last round of the chase. That's good for him.
There's second place at Ariati.
I'm not sure where Marcus is on the track right now, but he's way off from Marcus.
Yeah. That's I figured Ariati would be
in the field, but I mean, after he had to slow down for Femi, it seems like he fell off for a couple laps.
Yeah.
Lost a lot of time.
Yeah, I never was able to really make that back up. And here comes the Sony 4 past the 28. Or trying to go past the 28 here. And so we're getting about 15, 14 laps to go here. And I'll tell you one thing, looking at the lap times, the 74 has used up his stuff. He's only making like half a second of the lap on the 2. So he's not going to get there. Here's the 2 right here. Ariati's really not that far behind Marcus. I think it's about like 7 to 8 seconds. So yeah, we got the 14 Elijah back on the racetrack. 89 is Sean Williams. He's another championship contender. He's the same points behind Josh on the track. Yeah, look who he's next to, his best friend.
Yeah, they're enemies. Very, very enemies.
Yeah, and the thing is, Colbot doesn't even know it.
I was checking out the last season's Atlanta race, and it was a very similar situation to last year. Jarrett's on the pole, led the most laps, which I think he's going to lock up here in a moment. Actually, I think he has locked it up by now, with 60 laps led. But I was looking at last year, he led 78 laps, but he finished 13th because of an incident, and Marcus won the race.
So we got 11 laps to go. And yeah, this is it definitely ain't going to end with a whimper, not so much a bang. Well, maybe a bang from Marcus, he's going to pick up the W, but unless something major happens. But here we go, 10 laps to go in the season, right here.
Thank God. Ready to go to the trucks, because I mean, we're excited to bring you the trucks if you haven't already seen them and you want to rewatch them. It's good racing.
I wonder how many times Marcus has gone around at 15 this race.
I wonder how many laps down the 15 is.
Like, you watch like real life, you see like the 15 and 55, the premium motorsport cars, how they're always like this really freaking slow.
Basically that.
Yeah, basically that.
I remember back in the 2014 duels, I remember Ron Hornaday, he got hired to run that 30 car for the season for the motorsports group, and I remember they were like 7 seconds off after 2 laps at Daytona in the duels. Yeah, that program got shut down real quick.
Eight laps to go. I'm kind of, man, this is race. This has gone completely caution free so far. I think the only accidents we've really had, I think the thing that happened between Cody and Nathan probably should have brought a caution, but it didn't. But all the other wrecks that we've had have happened come off of turn 2. And the way iRacing, the way their caution system works, if it's not on the racetrack, it won't count it.
Yeah, so you see the painted white line there all around the track. If just a little bit of a part of your car is sticking over, it'll probably be a caution. If it's all below it, you're not getting a yellow.
Which, honestly, I kind of like that, because if there's a car all the way to the inside that's destroyed, you don't need to throw a caution out for it. I mean, there's not like, these ain't real-life drivers who, and then they're not going to get hurt, so we don't need a safety car out there.
Right.
Ooh, what? It's the 74 smoking the right front, going for 3 and 4.
Think so, and really weird because he has nothing to gain, so I'm not really sure why he's turning the wheel so much. But like you were talking about though, I wish that NASCAR in real life would take a page of F1 and not throw cautions for everything, you know. Especially
Yeah.
at road courses when it's unnecessary, you know, just self spins or whatever. There's no reason to. I remember last year at the Glen, we had a caution for dirt on the track. I don't understand why, but we did.
Yeah, I mean, like, just give him a couple laps, they'll wear it off.
Caution's supposed to be for a hazard on the track, and if it's just a self spin, I mean, it's not really a hazard.
No.
As long as you didn't damage your car to the point of where you can't drive away from the wreck, then I don't see why there's a caution.
Well, we're now down to 4 laps to go, and we're at the point now. If a caution were to come out, the race it'd be over caution-wise, and we like run the rest of the race under yellow. So pretty much everyone now, Marcus, the 74, Arielli's not going to get some gas, doesn't have enough time. Just in a cruise mode, but I think Marcus, he's got to pay attention to the guys in front of him, because he got the 90 and the 8, so we have 3 laps to go left in the season. Definitely tell Marcus he's not really pushing the car, he's just kind of sitting here riding and hope these guys don't wreck in front of him. We've seen that before.
I believe so. Wasn't it? Was it the trucks or at Auto Club?
Yeah, I think it involved Josh Robb. Wasn't his fault though, but yeah, someone got loose and Savin wrecked, and they actually took out the leaders.
Yeah, on the last lap of the race, Marcus. And I think Marcus was in that pack too that saw that wreck. So
yeah, he was in the wreck. I think it was him. I think.
So a little bit of deja vu, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's why he's just watching and waiting.
And I think he just realized that as we were speaking about it. It's like, yeah, I need to get out of here.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to take the risk of passing them, but they start racing each other side by side. You're like, upon you, you're ground on. Well, here we go. White flag is out. 1 lap to go in the Season 5 NORC NASCAR Series. Marcus Tristan, this is the only start he's made all season. He's going to be 1 for 1. But the big story is going to be the 74. As long as he doesn't die on this last lap, he will pick up the championship. And actually, I think it's going to be official anyway, because the 8 of Josh Robb, he's a lap down. So the 74, he's going to pick up the championship. It's official for him. Come off of turn number 4 here. Marcus Tristan, he will win the last race of the Season 5 NORC season. Arielli should come home in 2nd place. And coming off of turn number 4, your champion for Season 5, John Berry.
Yeah, even through the chase format that he had to navigate, he's still the best driver. Still won the championship. He had our 2nd most wins to Femi Olot. Had the most top 5s, most top 10s. Well deserved.
See, Marcus going really, really slow here. I think this is staying out of the way, because we know how like a lot of these guys like to take each other out. Now, like, at least keep some of a clean car and do some burnouts here. So he had 74 with the championship and the 2 with the victory. Oh my god, what's up with all these destroyed cars?
I thought we were going to have a nice victory celebration, and then there's a bunch of randoms coming into the picture. I don't know what Cody Miller's celebrating over there, or Josh Robb, and they kind of took a couple L's today, but it's all good.
Yeah, and Cody Miller took a really huge L.
Racing surface.
We got Nathan Winchester. I don't know what he's doing.
You know, it might be a good idea to prevent people from doing this from now on the last lap.
Yeah.
This looks kind of bad, just saying.
Oh, don't worry, there's an Auto Club race that looks so much worse. Well, let's take a look at your results for the final race of the season. Marcus Tristan with a 5-second advantage over Arielli would be in 2nd, John Berry 3rd, Andrew Furness 4th, Jared Darling with a speeding penalty will be in 5th.
Femi Olot with the wrecked car for netcode for no reason really gets 6th. Cole, I still can't say your last name. Please reply how to say it. In 7th, Josh Robin 8th, Tyrell Baker 9th, and Sean Williams in 10th.
11, James Caldwell. 12, Datson. 13, Cody Miller. 14, Terry Silvers, who was only 4 laps down amazingly. 15, Tom Mercier.
I don't know how in the world he was only 4 laps down. But yeah, you can see the rest of the field. So, yeah, I think we're going to get the points here in a moment. If we don't, then, I mean, we don't really need them. Here they are, actually, though.
Yep, John Berry is officially your champion with a 13 points over Cody Miller. Josh Allen will break the tiebreaker with Sean, moving third. Sean Williams fourth. Sorrell Baker and fifth.
You see the rest of the points. The only people who I think ran the full schedule were Josh Robin, Sean Williams, and Tyrell Baker. I think that's the only. I mean, maybe the starts and the races counted are messed up. I'm not really sure. But only 3 people made the full season. I'm glad that we're going to next season where lots of people race every race.
Mm-hmm. Well, final thoughts on the race and season itself.
Well, for the season, I'm going to rank it as the lowest or second lowest. I'm sorry. It just wasn't the best season. But the race, I thought, was fairly interesting with the different strategies that were starting to play out at the end of the race or during the race. And I thought it's kind of, I feel kind of bad for Jared Darling. That was a huge mistake on pit road. Maybe he could have contended with Marcus. We don't really know. Femi as well. He was coming through the field with Marcus, and I think he was a little bit faster than Ariati, but he got that damage from Ari during the green flag. Also, I think that race with no cautions, that's pretty impressive. That's a good job by everybody to keep it clean.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, this season, every league has a high and lows, and this one was out of iRacing West. Wasn't necessarily all that great, but we do make a return to form, actually better than form. We actually have a high next season with the trucks, doing a lot better for the trucks next season. So, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And that is not a train coming after us to hit us at full speed and kill us. Well, at least I'm hoping not.
We're about to come out in the tunnel and take everybody by storm.
Nah. My stormers is just millions of Joseph fanboys.
Yeah. Follow us on social media.
Yeah.
Facebook.com/NORC League. I think that's what it is still. Obviously, we just rebranded the YouTube page to NORC, strictly NORC. And Instagram at NORC_League, and on Snapchat at NORC_League.
Yeah, I didn't even know we had a Snapchat until this morning.
I'm sorry for that. Because we have a great video up. If you have not seen it yet and you're still watching the video, which I don't really know why you are.
Go watch something else, please.
Please do us a favor and stop listening to us. But we put up a video yesterday. Tyrell Baker took over our Snap for the entire day, our Snapchat story, and it's pretty entertaining. It's only a minute and a half long. I think you should probably go check it out.
Yeah, you should do that now and stop listening to us talk. It's a lot more entertaining.
I don't know why you're still here. Get out of here.
I don't even know why I'm still recording this shit.
I don't know why I'm still talking.
Yeah. Well, anyway, for me, Reverend John Berry here, and for Anthony and Marie, we'd like to thank y'all for watching NORC Season 5. It only took about 20 years to actually get the full thing up on YouTube.
Good thing we're not doing any more commentaries, minus a couple races next season.
Yeah, that's a big plus, is having already do this stuff for us. That way we don't have to go back and do it like 5 years later. But anyway, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next season. Peace, folks.